What's up, guys? Simply Coco here, and welcome back to my channel. So we're here with the speed build. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will always respond to your comments. So today I am building just a modern home. I'm calling it a realistic modern home because I'm building it straight from a reference photo, floor plan and all. I even tried to match the color scheme that was in the floor plan and the layout and where everything was, where the kitchen was, just like the whole thing. So that's why I'm calling it like a realistic modern home. I'm not like trying to brag or anything, but I thought I did pretty well. You will see a photo of it. It will pop up on the screen here eventually. It's not going to pop up like in the corner. It's going to be on the whole screen. Just so you can get a really good look at it, and because I'm still working with just kind of generic editing software that came with my computer, but that will pop up eventually. So I go with I'm not sure where the windows came from. The longer, skinnier windows came from University, I do know that, and then these like rectangle windows came from Realm of Magic. And then on the reference photo there's like an awning type like boxy thing over the front door. It's not really an awning, it's not really a roof piece, it's just like a bump out in the frame of the house, but you can't really do that in The Sims. I mean, maybe I could have done it with like a half wall, but so I just put one of those like glass awnings that I believe came with Get Together. So I just tried to match it in with the color of the wood as best as I could. Now I'm doing some landscaping. I just raised it a little bit just to give it a little more character, just make it a little different and not so flat. But even the landscaping, I try to copy from the image as much as possible. I hardly ever use rocks when I'm doing landscaping, but the photo had several, so that's why I'm using rocks. Yeah, now I'm just mapping in the backyard. I use hedges because, again, from what I could tell in the reference photo, there were like hedges around. I'm sorry that the reference photo still hasn't popped up. Here it is now. So this is what I'm going for. As you can see, I've kind of already gotten the exterior laid out. Now I'm just doing all the landscaping. Normally I kind of actually hate doing all the landscaping first. But whenever I'm doing a lot that ends up going on a foundation, it's best to do the landscaping first, because as I've said in other videos, and as you probably know, once you put it up on a foundation and then you try to put a plant up against the house, the plant kind of pops up to where the foundation is, and it doesn't stay on the ground. So that's why I do all the landscaping first in this one, because it ends up on a 3 tall foundation. So this little area over here, I just tried to make a cute little view from those 3 windows that ends up being the kitchen, and then there's going to be like some bars. There's going to be a bar right there, and I figured they could like look out the window and see this pretty little flowery area with the bird feeder and all that. But as you know, as you can see, I've already put it on the foundation, and so since it's on a foundation, they can no longer see the bird feeder from those windows. I go ahead and leave it just because it's still like a pretty little area, and like if they're walking in the kitchen, they could just go and peek out the window and see if any birds are out there. Now that I'm thinking about it, I didn't put any curtains in the kitchen anywhere, and I didn't put any in the living room either. I feel like it's more okay to not have them in the living room because it just leads out into their backyard, and it's got, it's fenced in. It's just fenced in with a hedge, so no one could really look in. But from the kitchen, if somebody was walking past their house, actually when I went to play test it, there was like a lady walking past the house on that side, and if she looked over, she probably could see into the kitchen. So if you want more privacy, you could easily just go and pop some curtains in. The best curtains to use are probably the ones that I put in the living room. I mean, in the bedroom. In either bedroom, really. You'll see when I get to that. But excuse me. So in the photo, the color scheme was black, white, gray, and then in the living room they had these random brown furniture pieces. So that's why you see me putting black and white and gray, and then all of a sudden this brown table with the TV on it. I end up changing it because I end up putting the bookshelf from the Moschino stuff pack in there, the like modern bookshelf. I end up putting it in there in a brown, and then that brown bookshelf sitting next to that brown table was too much brown. So I end up changing the table with the TV on it to the black table that came with Spa Day. And then this is in the hallway. I absolutely loved this idea of having the what is it called, the laundry utility room in the hallway. It was like that on the floor plan. I imagine that it was like closed off with maybe like some closet doors or something, but you can't really do that in The Sims. So I just left it open, and I thought that was like a very realistic thing, because like when I saw it, I was thinking about my aunt's house. Like their washer and dryer is upstairs, and it's just in the upstairs hallway in like a hallway closet, and you just, open the closet doors and then bam, it's the washer and dryer. And then in my actual house, my mom's house, ours was in the kitchen, and you just open up closet doors and there it was. So I felt like that was very realistic. And I love the little shelving unit that I put over it, which also came with Laundry Day. But here's that bookshelf that I use, and I don't do it in this build, but usually I push that bookshelf into the wall some, to where the back of it is into the wall, and then I'll put mirrors behind it. I think that's there's really no point in me saying it because I didn't do it, but I think it's a really cool thing to do with that bookshelf, and it just opens up the space more, and I don't know, it just looks really cool. I decided not to do it in this build just because, there was no need really for the space to look more open. There's this whole like opening space that just ends up being blank and nothing there. This little area that's in front of this, that's in front of the front door. But what else I wanted to say was, you just saw me place that painting in the kitchen. I imagine that being like a really like high-end painting that maybe costs hundreds of dollars. I end up putting one of those like spotlights over it, and then I don't know if I've done it yet, but then I go and change the brown. I sized down some chairs and I put them into the couch, and I made them brown just to make it look like they were throw pillows. And I made them brown just to tie in some more brown, but then I changed them to yellow. Then I changed one to yellow and one to red to kind of tie in the colors of that picture. And I think it looks really good. Actually, I really like it. Yeah, and I'm sorry that I completely skipped over me doing the kitchen. Well, you saw me do it, but I didn't talk about it just because it's moving kind of fast. It's not sped up as fast as I usually do it, but for some reason everything is going by really quickly. But in the kitchen, I used the cool kitchen stuff counters in a gray, and then just some base game appliances. Now I'm doing the backyard, as you can see. So I give them a pool, this like modern like trash can. I give them the what is it called, the barbecue from Perfect Patio. Perfect Patio. These chairs also came from Perfect Patio, but the table came from Get Together. The table that actually matches those chairs is a 8-sim table, so this deck was too small to do that. And yeah, I would say it's a deck and not a porch. I know it's attached to the house, but I assume that maybe the dad built it in, like it didn't originally come on the house. But I've been going with this style lately like this style of building lately where I go and furnish everything first and then I come back and clutter. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm cluttering up the kitchen. Speaking of like the family that lives here, I don't have really a clear storyline of who lives here. This was just a build that I saw and was like, ooh, I really want to build this. And then I got in game and did it. It took me 3 hours total to build this over 2 days. Yeah, but once I put all the footage in, it was like 3 hours and 9 minutes. So it really didn't take that long to build. The only person I really have a storyline for in this build was the son's room, because I do imagine them having a teenage son. And I'll talk more about that when I get to his room. But as far as the actual family, I don't really have a storyline. And I'm sorry if you don't like that. I normally do have a storyline. I know I like when people do storylines with their builds. But sometimes, you know, we just get in game and just feel inspired and just want to build. But one thing I will say, every speed build you've seen me do so far, except for maybe like 1 or 2, are all for a save file that I'm working on. Obviously it won't be released anytime soon because I'm pretty new to YouTube. I have 69 subscribers, so thank you so much for the 69 of you that are here. I'm trying to get to 100. Once I get to 100, I'm starting a new Let's Play, because the Let's Play I was doing, I wasn't feeling it. I think I was biting off more than I can chew, because it was a Let's Play where I was playing in several different households. I think and it was just too crazy, and I was dealing with loading screens, and it was just too much, and I never knew what was going on, and I couldn't remember what I did in the part before. So I'm just, for now at least, I'm scrapping that Let's Play, and I'm gonna start a whole new one. But I told myself that I'm not gonna do it until I reach 100 subscribers. But I'm really excited about the idea for this next Let's Play. So, you know, if you know other simmers, tell them to subscribe. I think you guys will like the Let's Play that I have in mind too, because it's one that I've like never seen done before. The only thing I'll say about it is that it's based around teenagers, so that will be fun. I think it will. But yeah, now I'm still just, you know, putting things around the house and furnishing and, cluttering things up. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to say as far as content. Not really. Tomorrow I'll probably do another New Leaf Apartments part, just because I don't really have anything else planned. And the New Leaf apartment, not episodes, but like those, they don't take that long to do, because the whole apartment is already laid out. I just got to go and furnish it and create the family. So it doesn't really take that long. But we'll see. Maybe I'll find, you know, a tiny home or something that won't take that long to build. But here I am doing the teen son's room. So I imagine him being very much so into music. Every item in here is musically inclined in some kind of way. He has a guitar. He has that like memorabilia thing on his wall. Maybe, you know, it's like music trophies from when he was in choir or something. I don't know. But I imagine he can play guitar. And I imagine he really enjoys those DJs. Maybe he wants to be a DJ, but like one of the DJs that sing too, kind of like a Zed or a Calvin Harris. I don't really know if those guys sing too, but I imagine he wants to be like a Zed or a Calvin Harris, but also sing. So I do give him a microphone, but there was really not a great place to put it. So I put it in the corner behind the amp that I gave him, so it's not actually functional. So you would just have to really quickly go into build mode and move it out from behind the amp. But otherwise it's purely decorative. This is the parents' room. I'm sure you saw me furnish it, but I didn't talk about it. So I guess you could say it's the master bedroom. It's only slightly bigger than the son's. Actually, they might be the same size, but yeah, so that was just me doing the mom and dad side. And then I give them an ottoman from laundry day, and then I put this painting on the wall. It's really simple and really minimalistic in a way, this build. There's not a lot going on. It's really not a lot of clutter. Like I would say everything has its place. I love using those objects as kind of like a wall art piece, and then that corner needed some lighting, so I thought, what better thing to use. Also, me furnishing the bathroom went by pretty quickly, but it's, generic bathroom. There's really not a whole lot you can do in a bathroom in real life or in The Sims, unless you're just like crazy rich, I guess. I've never seen just the most fabulous bathroom ever in my life. I don't know. But now I'm just playing around with the lights. I had no idea what lights I wanted to use. So in the kitchen, I go with the cool kitchen ones. Over the bar, over the dining room table, I go with, I'm really not sure. This one, which is just a base game. And then in the living room, I go with the one from bowling night stuff, which is those. And then everywhere else, I just use these kind of, I use those that kind of just sit closer up to the wall. And now I'm going around and putting outside lights. Once I'm done doing that, you'll see I add one more tree in the front yard, just because there was a corner in the front yard that looked really bare. And then when I went into game to play test and take screenshots, this front porch area is very bare. Nothing's there. But I didn't feel like putting anything else. So if you want, feel free. Obviously you can do what you want, but if you want to put something up there, it can be plants, it could be literally anything, a seating area, whatever you want, just to kind of fill in that space. But anyway, guys, the screenshots are rolling, and I will see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.